first thing I'm going to do in this question is label the side. So B is 23 kilometers from A. C is 15 kilometers from A. And then they tell me that the angle ACB is 54. That's already labeled. They've told me that B's on a bearing of 70 degrees from A. So that's labeled. Find the bearing of C from A. So here's C, here's A. C from A means I start from A and I want to know this angle here. And what this basically comes down to is finding this angle in the triangle, this green angle. How are we going to do that? Well, it's not a right angle triangle, so we can't use trigonometry. However, something that I spot is that we have an angle and side pair. And I've got another side, so I can also use this one, and I can use the sine rule. The sine rule says that sine of capital A divided by little a is equal to the sine of capital B divided by little b, and equal to sine of capital C divided by little c, but I'm not interested in all of that there. Now, just to remind you that capital A is opposite the little a, and capital B is opposite the little b. So I can write down that sine of 54 degrees divided by 23 is equal to sine, and in this case it remains sine B, so I'll just write that, sine B divided by 15, and then I can work out sine B, because I could just multiply through by 15. So I can do fraction button, sine 54, close bracket, press down, 23, press right, multiplied by 15. That gives me 0.5276. And therefore B is going to be inverse sine of that. Shift sine, answer. Keep it as exact as I can. 31.844. Okay, that wasn't actually the angle I wanted, but that will allow me to find the green angle. So I'll call this X. X will equal 180 degrees minus 54 minus 31.844. 180 minus 54 minus answer, which is stored, which is 94.155. So the bearing will equal 94.155 plus 70, and that's going to be 164.155 degrees. I'll round that to three significant figures, 164 degrees. So I think the take-home message is label your triangle, sort of just think what bit of maths do you know that can then allow you to find out anything, basically. And I think it was the fact that I know I couldn't find X directly because I didn't know BC, but because I've got this pair, that makes me think, oh, sine rule, okay, I can find that angle, now I've got this angle, I can find this angle, and so on, it all falls out. But it's recognizing the sine rule in the first place that's the tricky bit.